This is me.
Just kidding, this is me. Hello, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel, Always Popular, where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's jump into this week's episode. Lastly, in the past week or so, we have lost another legendary actor this year that many millennials loved, or even adored growing up as a childhood voiceover actor. Many of us feel grief and sadness when some people pass away, especially if they are a part of our childhood or voiced our favorite characters. So for this episode of a tribute to a Trailblazer, this is dedicated to the one and only James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones may not have the most recognizable face, however, his voice is for many beloved fans who grew up watching him. James Earl Jones was born on January 17, 1931. For most people, you know him as either as the voice of Darth Vader from the Star Wars classic franchise from the 1970s, or grew up to his other fatherly voice as Mufasa from the 90s Disney classic The Lion King. When he was younger, James surprisingly had a stutter and refused to talk to many people. He said it was painful to talk to people. He didn't talk for 8 years and needed a way to express his emotion, which led to his acting career. He personally said, "I was mute from grade 1 through freshman year in high school because I just gave up on talking." It's interesting because no one ever mentioned this in his career before, so he hid that insecurity really well. He said his high school English teacher told him to get up in front of the class by reciting his poetry that he wrote. He later went on to become his high school's valedictorian. Before his international fame and voiceover success, the Mississippi-born actor started his acting career in Michigan at the Ramsdale Theater as a stage carpenter, actor, and even a stage manager. The first character he played as Othello, which is a Shakespeare character. Around this time in 1957, he made his Broadway debut performance as an understudy in the play The Egghead. Around the time of the mid-1960s, he acted in various works of Shakespeare and being one of the most notable actors in Shakespearean history. With King Lear, A Midsummer's Night Dream, Hamlet, and Measure for Measure. They were all performed at Shakespeare in the Park in New York. In 1964, he made his first film debut in Dr. Strangelove and then went on to star in the 1967 play turned movie The Great White Hope as Jack. The play was well received and eventually was moved to Broadway. The play won a Pulitzer Prize for drama, and James won a Tony Award for his performance. In addition, he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor in the film adaptation as well. By the time of 1973, he was being casted more in Broadway and film movies. Around the turn point of 1977 came his first voice-over film debut as Darth Vader's voice in George Lucas's blockbuster movies Star Wars, including The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. During the 80s, he had a more established career with starring in a lot of successful movies, including Conan the Barbarian, Coming to America, and Field of Dreams. In the early to mid-90s, he appeared in a lot more successful and well-known movies like The Sandlot, Cry, The Beloved Country, and The Lion King. By this time, he was a very well-known actor, and the distinction of his voice is what made him so recognizable and special. He is considered a pioneer in voiceover work and acting for the black actors in the entertainment industry, with many guest star appearances over the years as well on TV shows like The Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men. Even when James received a Kennedy Center honors in 2002, President George W. Bush joked, "People say that the voice of the president is the most easily recognizable voice in America. Well, I'm not going to make that claim in the presence of James Earl Jones." He was that voice actor. He has been awarded with many high honors such as the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award, Academy Awards, Golden Globes, Grammys, and even Tonys. And he is one of the few people to achieve the EGOT status as well. Later in his career, he went back to Broadway as well in Driving Miss Daisy, along with the live-action remake of The Lion King and other sequels as well. He is one of the most celebrated actors in entertainment history and one of the most respected actors in entertainment history as well. Many actors and media outlets have paid tribute to him, like George Lucas, Whoopi Goldberg, Viola Davis, and the Empire State Building even lit up in tribute for him. He was recognized as a pioneer and trailblazer for African Americans for his important roles in television and stage acting. He is also one of the first African American actors to win a Daytime Emmy as well. May the love and force stick with you, James. Rest in peace. Thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.